Good evening, campers, and welcome aboard the Starship Nightwish. I am Commander Exorcist, and I'm late. I know, I'm a day late. So the Nightwish was stuck in a geomagnetic storm last night. We made 3 desperate attempts to broadcast the weekly Galnet Taco Tuesday rant, but each time I sat down to broadcast, the generators went out and the ship went dark. So I gave up on that after a while, but making up for it tonight because there's a lot going on in the galaxy that needs to be talked about. Not going to talk about it specifically in this article that I've picked, but we have entered the maelstroms. So a little bit of my doubting of Aegis and its subsidiaries and all this, the assistance, the research of the caustic heat sinks and the pulse neutralizer, they worked. We've entered the maelstroms, and we have seen the Thargoid motherships. And to the surprise of absolutely no one that has played this game in the last few years, the Titans are the crashed Thargoid stations, the ground installations where we've been throwing relics together, and we've been throwing probes up on the dash and getting the giant map to turn on. Yeah, those are Thargoid Titans that crashed long ago. So very beautiful, very exciting to see the footage and the pictures that are coming out of that. It's going to be awesome. But something else has happened. There's been another change. And this is kind of terrifying when you put it into perspective. We're going to talk about this. And we're going to talk about this for a couple of reasons. 1, because I think it's cool. 2, because I'm kind of involved in this part. Yeah, let's just go with that. So, ground troops have encountered Thargoid drones. A lot of us had kind of an anticipation that we would see on-foot Thargoids, soldiers. We haven't seen those yet. But they're moving closer to the ground. So when the pulse neutralizers started to work and we were able to penetrate the maelstrom clouds, a new enemy appeared on the ground in Thargoid-controlled territory. They are like guardians, and it's like they're watching over these installations, either obviously to keep us away, but it's almost like they're guarding them for somebody to come take them, like they're claiming planetary territory at this point and not just space. We're going to talk about this. There's a couple of things. They are called Revenants, and they are distinctive because they have this creepy yellow glow that comes out of the front of them. It turns red when they get mad at you. First-hand experience and first-hand death from one of them. Reports from planetary settlements within Thargoid-occupied systems have described alien drone vessels attacking on-foot personnel. Field correspondent Ernesto Rios summarized this development for Vox Galactica. Scores of populated systems in the vicinity of the maelstroms have been invaded by Thargoid fleets, causing horrific casualties and mass evacuations. But military personnel still risk their lives exploring settlements within these systems to search for survivors and scavenge remaining materials. Yours truly, I flew the Blorg Supremacy, which is my mercenary dolphin, into Thargoid territory about a week ago. And yeah, it was a casualty of that encounter, but I got to see firsthand the Revenants and engage them in on-foot combat. They are deadly, but they are not invincible. So in a way, I'm part of this this first encounter with some of these Revenants, and it's very exciting to be part of this because I think this is a big change coming for the nature of the war within the galaxy. These troops have come under attack by airborne vehicles of Thargoid design. According to one account, their relatively small size suggests they are the equivalent of combat drones. I've seen them patrol the abandoned settlements as if on guard duty, said one eyewitness, and become extremely hostile when they detect any living humans. Beware, if you approach the Revenants, they seem to have trouble detecting on-foot personnel, so a human with a gun has a better chance of sneaking around. They are very adept at detecting technology. They will detect your ship or your SRV at a longer distance away than they will attack an on-foot person. So keep that in mind. If you're a soldier or a mercenary who decides to go into Thargoid territory and engage these things, use your feet. Get out of your vehicle. It seems that the Thargoids now view these planets as their territory and us as the intruders. Could they be planning to colonize all worlds in the core systems? That line right there, that's terrifying, because that's what it seems like is happening. And it's slow, it's methodical, but it's reasonable, it's rational. They've claimed space territory, and they're working to develop countermeasures to our way of fighting, to our tactics. Now that they control space territory, what's to stop them from utilizing the settlements that they've captured? Imagine all that technology, all those resources that we've left behind that are in those settlements. There are scientific research settlements. There's military installations that are completely abandoned out in Thargoid territory. What's to stop them from sending in troops and scientists and researchers to take that stuff and use it against us, or just to colonize? Can you imagine a Thargoid-controlled colony? Following a tactical briefing with senior Aegis staff, Rear Admiral Daniel Parry provided an update to the press. We have obtained several reports from both enlisted and unauthorized ground teams. A moment of shameless self-promotion. I was fortunate enough and honored to have my unauthorized visit to a Thargoid installation, which I recorded, used by Channel 07. So, yeah, Super Cruise News and Channel 07 used a little bit of that footage to show destroying one of the Revenants with a G5 plasma rifle. So that was really cool. I didn't survive that, by the way. Available data indicates that the Thargoid drones are capable of launching volleys of air-to-surface projectiles. I have read harrowing descriptions of entire squads being wiped out by missile bombardments from these craft. They kind of look like flaming caustic rocks. At least that was what I got out of it. I may be wrong, but that was kind of the visual that I got. They look like flaming rocks. They can be dodged, but they're dangerous. They really are, and they seem to give off some kind of caustic cloud, at least temporarily. This potentially adds a new dimension to the war by introducing active threats on planetary surfaces. We are excited about this. Marine units are being prepared to investigate further. However, independent armed forces operating behind enemy lines can play a vital role by destroying as many drones as possible. Okay, so I'm not going to get into a lot of the tangent stuff. I'm just going to talk specifically about the Revenants and the Revenant missions. They are difficult, but not impossible. There are tactics out there. Check YouTube, check Twitter. There are people that are posting their videos and tactics and tricks for surviving those. They're actually not difficult to get to. Fly 20%, cold, ship, land, dismiss your ship, get up to the installation. Usually it's power restoration. A lot of these missions restore the power and get out. The problem is getting out a lot of times. Use your feet. Use stealth. I mean, if you want to fight these things, you can fight them. They're if you have a pretty good rifle, if you've got or a weapon, if you've got it engineered, if you've got it upgraded at least, they can be taken out. The G5 rocket launcher, one shot, they're toast. The G5 plasma rifle that I use, it took 2 shots. So the first shot took about 75% of its health. So it's a pretty good it's a pretty good chunk of damage for a single shot. They don't have shields, and like I said, they detect technology better than personnel. So there's something interesting there, and a lot of these missions have a secondary objective. This is really cool. A secondary objective to not only restart the power regulator, the power generator at the settlement, but then to retrieve an encrypted memory chip. That's what I've seen most of them be, encrypted memory chips. They may not all be that. I think that's going to become very important, because that's encrypted data that we can utilize to counter whatever is coming on foot, because they are coming. And they've moved from space to ground, and they're preparing to take these settlements. And so we got to be ready too. So if you can, engineer your weapons, get them ready, because it's coming to the ground. Independent mercenaries like myself will be continuing to work both inside and outside of Thargoid territory. This is really, really, really amazing. It's quite a change. We knew it was coming. We just didn't know what the ground forces would look like when they arrived as the Thargoids. We still haven't seen them, and there's still things out there we haven't found. I know it. I believe it. You know that somebody at some point is going to turn a corner and come face to face with a Goid, and it's going to change things forever. And I'm very excited because I think it's going to happen soon. I think this is a big step. The Titans are gorgeous. They're dangerous. So be careful out there. Rescue Rangers, we love you for picking up all the commanders whose ships have been wiped out. And the ground foot soldiers, stay frosty. Watch out. Because the Revenants, they're dangerous. They can, for a mercenary that's used to engaging on foot enemies, they're a little bit of a challenge, but not much. But just to your average person, they can be extremely dangerous. So be careful around them and watch out, because the war is escalating. Things are going to get bad, and it's up to us as a community to work together to defend our homes. So me as kind of a split personality, I've got DOS Exorcist, who is at home in the bubble fighting mercenary missions, and Commander Exorcist, the explorer with the Night Wish, is about 12,000 light years away from all of this stuff, cataloging plants and taking pictures of mountains. So that's the beauty of Elite Dangerous, is that you can have a split personality and do two completely different things and enjoy yourself in two completely different ways. So, yeah. All right. These are the Disciples. As always, thank you to the Disciples for your continued support of the channel. We recently passed 2,000 subscribers, and we're already well on our way to 2,100. So thank you for the continued support. Welcome everyone who has recently joined the channel. This is primarily an Elite Dangerous channel with a couple of other things that we post here. And these people right here, they make it happen. And all of you that watch, like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell thing, all of you guys contribute. And but if you would like to support my work, I offer exclusive videos, exclusive content, patreon.com/Commander Exorcist. Would love to have you as part of the team. Thank you, everyone, for being awesome, being an awesome community. It's an exciting time to be a commander. It is a dangerous time to be a commander. It's no longer safe on foot. So watch yourself, watch your back, and yeah, I can't wait to see what comes next. So yeah, fly safe out there, everyone. 07, and I will see you out there. Good night.